Did you see the comments that Daniel Bryan made on Twitter over the course of the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty much immediately. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yep. I saw that and I laughed. I mean, you never know. I mean, the guy has been quote-unquote retired now for a year and a half, but he's probably the only person in this entire company right now that can get away with not only saying stuff like that, but I'm not sure if you heard the report from a few weeks ago that Jimmy Jacobs, the former Ring of Honor wrestler, who's a creative writer, he got canned from the company. I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but he took a picture with the Bullet Club, and they said that was a factor in his release, whatever. But Daniel Bryan's on Twitter all the time teasing that he'll go face Bullet Club, he'll join Bullet Club, he'll face Cody Rhodes for the Ring of Honor World Championship all the time. All these, what would typically be huge no-nos for WWE guys on Twitter, Daniel Bryan is breaking those boundaries because it seems like he really wants out of there so he can wrestle again. But that wouldn't be an issue if WWE themselves let him wrestle again. So maybe at some point we do see... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think you're spot on. I mean, I even remember seeing a video post that him and Bree made. It was like some type of Q&A they were doing.
Oh, yeah, that like the Periscope or whatever it was. Yep.
Yeah, it was a Periscope one, as Daniel Bryan would call it, tout.
Yes, yeah.
But they were answering some questions, and it was at the very end, and he was talking about what he can and can't do with WWE, and he respects their decisions, but only to a certain extent, and that he was definitely he had Bree's full support to go back into the ring if he wanted to. He had his own clearance and the things that doctors have very much told him that he's nowhere near in danger of these types of things, and whether that's 100% true or not, or how many tests can prove this stuff, or where the science is to determine what types of damage you could do to yourself. He seems to have this mentality and this drive and this peacefulness about it of going through the process that he's now turned into he turned this whole situation into a very interesting play for himself, because the WWE is basically hedging their bets, as I see it, that he's not going to leave and he is going to stay with them, because the WWE probably can't imagine why he would walk away from that level of organization, adoration, guaranteed money, and you don't have to put your body on the line to do this job. It is exactly what they did to Macho Man Randy Savage, to be honest with you.
In the early 90s?
They told him he was basically retired. You can't wrestle anymore. Mm-hmm. And he went on to wrestle for literally the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. I never really thought about it like that. That's a great point.
So the fact that they're doing this to basically the Macho Man Randy Savage of the modern era is interesting to me. Is the WWE conspiracy theory out there that they're afraid of the level of success that he could have, and he could really steal the show, and maybe they don't want another Hulk Hogan scenario, and maybe they want to grow their Roman Reigns level characters and have people be interested in wrestling characters. But when people are doing yes chants at football stadiums, that's kind of growing beyond the WWE, and all of a sudden WWE takes a back seat to the idea of a Daniel Bryan. And he becomes the poster child spokesperson and be all end all everything for wrestling, and it changes the direction of how they see the WWE moving. But the mentality, the merchandising, all of these things get taken over because the fans are feeding into it, and he is the representative of all of that. So the WWE essentially works for the Daniel Bryan fan base and the Daniel Bryan entity and nothing else. Whereas with Ring of Honor, they're like, please, for the love of God, you come here, we'll literally let you run with any idea that you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, you want to be against the Bullet Club? Done. You want to be in the Bullet Club? We can probably make that happen. Where do you want to go with this? Where do you see yourself fitting in? And it's much more collaborative than his speed. He's obviously an ROH alum. There's just loads and loads of history of him being a competitor around the world, and he has proven time and again that he is happy doing but one thing, and that is wrestling in a wrestling ring. So I think that no matter what, before much more time passes, we will see Daniel Bryan back in competition. And hopefully just the threat of him walking away is enough for WWE to really see the writing on the wall and at least make some kind of pitch to say, why don't we put you on the Triple H diet and you can wrestle once a year at WrestleMania?
Exactly. I think if Kurt Angle could get cleared to compete, I think Daniel Bryan could too, considering the condition that he was in before he retired or whatever. But I think we'll definitely see another Daniel Bryan match again, whether it's in WWE or elsewhere. I hope it's in WWE and most likely against Kurt Angle, because like you said, that is a match I think everyone can agree that we want to see, especially on a WrestleMania level stage.